Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Palworld. Open world survival crafting meets Pokemon and M16s. Is this game a meme or is it actually worth playing? Let's find out. Palworld is a game that everyone probably thought was an asset flip, which combines open world survival elements from their previous game Craftopia with the capturing, battling, and forcing into hard labor from Pokemon. The structure of Palworld will be familiar if you have played any of the 10 billion open world survival games of the past decade. You're tossed into a large land rich in resources and hostility, tasked to punch trees and hit rocks until you have the resources to make a base, level up to learn new tech, and continue getting and refining rarer and rarer resources to get the best stuff. The twist are the pals, aka not quite legally distinct Pokemon. Similar to Ark, where there's dinosaurs to catch and use, pals are out in the world, and you'll want to nab them by weakening them and throwing craftable balls at them. Your pals all level up and gain XP when you do, and different zones contain stronger, rare, and higher level pals. While you can use your pals to battle, the fun comes from the other things they can do. Each pal has a set of particular skills pertaining to base management, be that farming, watering, mining, and so on. As you improve your base, you can assign a number of pals to work there, essentially automating the annoying parts of survival games while you're off exploring. It means an ideal pal for combat is different from one to work at your base. Also, you can murder your pals, both caught or otherwise, for their meat and resources, and there's something hilarious about watching a dead Pikachu ragdoll roll off a cliff. Speaking of dead Pikachus, as you upgrade the skill tree, you'll unlock special abilities. There's some basic ones like letting you ride certain pals as mounts, while others give the monkey an M16 and the squirrel an Uzi. Yes, really, you get the ability to give specific Pokemon guns. You can also craft guns for yourself and use them to finally kill Jesse and James from Team Rocket. It's kind of incredible. The current early access goal is to beat 5 boss/gym leaders in towers, which each have one superpowered pal of a certain element to fight. There isn't really much story or even lore to speak of. You just want to beat them because they're there and they give you an achievement. And it should be mentioned that all of this can be played with a large number of your buddies in co-op. And honestly, that's Palworld, an open world survival game that mixes Craftopia with Ark, but with a Pokemon flair that's at least more truthful about exploitation of these cuddly creatures than the real series is. So what did I like about Palworld? Well, I'll be damned, some indie game company really gave us the game Game Freak wouldn't. Open world survival crafting and exploration synergizes really well with the pals and their abilities, with the two systems playing really nicely into each other. Additionally, there's a lot of great survival quality of life stuff here, but the real secret sauce is, as mentioned, being able to assign pals to basically farm, craft, and do more while you're out, which cuts back on the usual resource gathering tedium. And lastly, this game is really addicting, as there's always new pals to find, new regions to explore, new upgrades to unlock, resource gathering to optimize, and the fact you can do it with your friends is even better. Not to mention the bosses are some genuine challenges that you'll need to farm up to. When it comes to the bad, yeah, there's plenty of jank and bugs in this early access game, from straight up crashes to the more common one being your pals just not doing the tasks they're supposed to do or glitching in walls while you're gone and so on. Additionally, a lot of this game does look kind of cheap. The world textures feel very half-baked. Found the game middling in terms of performance, particularly on console, and there's some really annoying UI and UX stuff. And lastly, I will say Palworld kind of lacks its own identity. Large chunks of this game were just copied over from Craftopia, which already aped a bunch from Breath of the Wild, and the pal designs are so close to actual Pokemon designs, I'll be surprised if they don't get sued. And not to mention the monster management is right out of Ark. Of course, how it combines is what really matters, but it does make it feel it lacks its own core identity. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, and don't bother. And I'm not gonna lie, I went into this game expecting meme shovelware and was shocked to find that despite its flaws, I was not only enjoying Palworld, but actively wanting to keep coming back to Palworld for more. Now, this dev has been known to leave games in early access and never finish them, so whether you want to buy this game and take that risk is up to you, but if you have Game Pass, I feel like this is pretty much a no-brainer. Go cap a Squirtle in the head with a Desert Eagle. You deserve it. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have you played Palworld? Did you expect it to end up being this massive game that it seems to have become? Please let me know what you think about it in the comments. Then go out there, grab some friends, and play some knockoff Pokemon.